Hello. Thursday, we're there. We've made it nearly to the end of the week. How's everyone going? Thank you for joining us again. I know we had a show last night and we've had a lot scheduled for the week. So thank you for joining us. Tonight we're going to have a chat with Kylie Ryan about her new single and what she's got planned for the next few months coming. We might welcome Kylie into the room. Hello, welcome.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a plan.
How are you?
When you get this
year? We're just making up on the spot. That's what we do.
I thought that was what we were doing this year. I mean, all the plans went out the window back in March, and now we're just going, hey, what?
whatever we can do.
Exactly. Who knows?
Beck is down in the green room today. She's putting up all the comments for us.
Oh, thanks, Beck.
We're on the front of the screen, and Kate and Don have popped in and said hi. So thank you for joining us.
Hi.
People can pop in and ask questions. So if there's questions that people want to know, Beck will pop them on the screen for us. She's paid so well.
Oh no, she is. Yeah. That's why she makes the big bucks.
That's right. Yeah.
She's worth more.
That's how she buys her boots. You released a new single yesterday. How's it all going?
I did. So far, so good. I'm still waiting till I can actually sleep again at night, because it's like releasing one of your kids out to the world and getting feedback on it. And it's a bit anxiety deriving, but no, it's good. It's lots of fun, and I'm what's the word I'm looking for? So thrilled with how it's going. Number 6 on the iTunes chart was just so exciting, and it's still hanging in there somewhere. So it's, every now and then I look and go, oh my gosh, it's still there. So that's really exciting. It just means, people are supporting it, and that means everything.
Oh, it's a wonderful song. I love it.
Oh, do you? That's great.
I do. It's already in the playlist. I didn't wait till.
Awesome, thank you.
I tried to put it in there. So.
I'm quite fond of it too.
I think it's great. So, but it's been quite a while since you've released.
It has.
So
it's been a long time.
Tell us a little bit about why and why have you chosen to release now in COVID?
Why now? Well, I was all actually recorded that song and had it all kind of mapped out and planned and ready to go, and was in rehearsals with the band and getting ready to do some shows and promote it and everything, and then I lost my voice. Which was a little bit scary as a singer, to say the least. So I was on vocal rest for probably about 2.5, 3 months, where I just had to rest my vocal cords. My poor little vocal cords were stressed, so they needed a rest. So I had to go and do a whole lot of exercises and things to get them back and nurse them back to health, and got introduced to a really great person, as well as a good vocal coach and who became a great friend. So now I'm on the mend and everything's working well, and it's actually now my voice is stronger than it ever was. So I'm really happy about that. But that's why it's been such a bit of a journey for me. It's kind of, I've had to be patient and watch everybody else do all these wonderful things and not do anything and myself. But now felt like the right time. I had a few plans this year that I was supposed to not be in the country for, and now I'm in the country for. So it seemed like a good time to do it now. And I feel like we need a bit of an upbeat song every now and then, just to remind us that, life is going to be good again, and, it's a bit of fun. It's 3 minutes and 24 seconds where we don't have to think about everything else going on.
Exactly. And it does take your mind completely off it, because it's such a fun, happy song. It's so nice to hear some happy music coming out at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. Yep, we need this, a bit of a therapy in a song.
So you wrote it quite a while ago. Tell us about why you wrote it and the process.
One thing you get asked frequently, and I'm sure other artists get asked this quite a lot as well, is when you say you're a singer and a songwriter, people automatically ask you, well, what kind of music? And then you say country, and their eyes kind of either glaze over or they know, and they go, what kind of country do you do? And it's like, okay, how am I going to explain what I do? So I was sitting out the back one day in the sun, and I was just thinking, country rock and roll, and I sort of it just started to write itself. And then I contacted Michael Carpenter and said, hey, I've got this song and it's kind of gestating away here and it needs some help. And he said, bring it down. And we sat in the studio and he helped finish off the writing and then went ahead and played all the instruments and everything else, mastered it, everything. He's a genius, that man. Yeah. And, he turned it into kind of what it is now.
Well, you have done a great job. So I know it's still in the charts, but have you got plans to go out and perform? I don't know whether you can perform at the moment.
I'm in Sydney. We're inching closer to being able to do gigs here and there, very slowly here. I'm watching a lot of other states. I know South Australia's gone back, and are you going to Queensland, aren't you? Yeah, you guys are just the best up there. Oh, you're in Tassie. Okay, are you guys doing anything down there?
Yeah, we're sort of we're locked away in our little bubble down here, so we don't have any COVID at the moment, so we can sort of
you're allowed to do what you want.
Yeah, you're not allowed to dance, but you can still go out and still have.
Yeah, I find that really hard. I'm wondering how that's going to go because I'm a get up and dance person, and I'm a write music to get up and dance too, obviously. And I'm thinking, how on earth is this going to work? And that we're going to have a lot of quite subdued gigs, I think, for a little while, and that. But look.
Do you find that hard? Not what you're up there singing, and you've got a crowd and they're dancing is normal. Is that going to affect how you perform?
I'm not sure. Look, as a performer, you do feed off your them, and you're looking for cues from them. Is this what they like? Am I doing? Is this the kind of music that should be playing? And every now and then you'll throw out a song that you go, okay, we're not sure how this will go, so let's just see. And I'm not sure how we're going to receive that feedback when everybody's kind of sitting there.
Yeah,
and you're getting the same response for every song.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess they like everything I do now.
Exactly.
Or they don't like anything.
They're all really just happy with everything I do.
So, look, I think any gig is a good gig at the moment. Like, anything that involves venues being able to be open, give people jobs behind bars, everything from food service, cleaning, right down to, us, lighting guys, sound guys, everything. Anything that keeps people in a job or is going to get someone in a job, I think I'm all for it.
Exactly. And, it's, as I said, like I've said a few times, it's just given us that appreciation for what we had. Hi, Troy. Troy has popped in as well.
Hey, Troy.
And Chris. There's a few people popping in.
Hi, everybody.
So have you been using this time where, you haven't been able to sing? Have you been using that to write and busy yourself?
After I got over myself for a bit, it took me a while to get over myself, honestly, and put my big girl pants on and go, grow up. There are worse things going on in the world. And then COVID, which is the worst thing going on in the world. So it kind of makes you take stock and go, I'm lucky. I was really fortunate in that I was able to heal everything and get my voice back. But I had to write everything that I would, and I'm one of those people. I walk around my house singing bits of songs the whole time, like I'm vacuuming and I'm thinking of something in my head. So I couldn't do that. I had to. My phone, it has so much stuff in it. It's a vault of just everything for 3 months of just, I can't say this. I want to say this. It goes kind of like this. Can't hum it. It goes, can't sing it. It goes, no, can't do that. Okay. Keyboard, let's do this. It goes like this.
How much has changed everything that you've been doing?
I wrote a lot more, and I actually forced myself to handwrite a lot more, rather than I type quite quickly. I'm a quick typist, so I type everything. My computer's got a lot of stuff in it as well, so I had made myself sit down and slow down and let's just handwrite everything, and kind of, because as artists, I think we're always 100 miles an hour and on to the next idea, and we half finish something and then we want to do the next thing, and it makes you slow down.
It does. That's true. We've got a question that's come in. It says, Kylie, if you can give feedback to a 12-year-old that is starting to write a song, some advice, I think, is the...
Yeah. I used to keep diaries when I was 12 years old. I wish I'd kept on my diary. So please, whatever you write, don't ever throw anything out, because you never know. No, you never know. And Taylor Swift will say the same thing. Just keep writing. I would say don't judge when you write. Just write what you feel at the time, because a really wise teacher once said to me, you can either write or critique, but you can't do both at the same time. So make sure you have time where you just write freely whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, even if it doesn't sound good or rhyme or go together, just write. Write everything down, right, and keep it, because you don't know when you're going to want to come back and revisit something that you've written, or you're looking for an idea and a feeling or a time where you felt that feeling, and read. Reading was the best thing my mother ever taught me to do. Like, read everything, read books, read articles, don't just read Facebook. Read Facebook by all means. Like, you need to. They're kids. But read books, read magazines, read things you wouldn't normally read, because it increases your vocabulary, and that gives you so many more words and ideas, and just education. Education's everything. So read and write.
And just
keep doing it.
Yeah, and keep enjoying it.
Yes. Yeah, don't ever lose the love for it. And find some artists that you like the way they write. It doesn't matter whether anybody else likes them. If they speak to you and they say things that are important to you or that you feel something for, look at the way they put a song together, and look at the way they how they write, how they talk about things, and research them.
Yeah, absolutely. That is beautiful advice, actually. Now, I know that you
I'm a mum, can you tell?
It's good, because I get a lot of different age groups watching the show, and I get a lot of people asking, they pop in the comments, what would your advice be? And I don't think you can get better advice than someone who's already done it, already doing it.
Done it, made the mistakes, still making them. But you should. Yeah, and play an instrument. Learn to play an instrument. The worst thing I did was giving up playing piano. I would say learn an instrument and then learn another one while you're at it. Just keep going, because it's so much harder. The older you get, the harder it is to find the time to be disciplined enough. Yeah. When you're younger, you've got all this time that you don't think you have, but you do, to learn new things.
Yes, absolutely. Keep going. Keep enjoying. So you planned to be in the US this year, and obviously COVID had other plans for you.
Had other plans for me.
For all of us, didn't it?
It did, I know. I was there in December.
Going at some point when you can? Is that something that you're going to still follow on?
As soon as Scotty and Joshy let me out, I'm going. But yeah, I was there in December, just on Christmas actually. So it was absolutely amazing to be in like southern parts of America in Christmas time, because I've never had that cold kind of, as Australians, we don't have cold Christmases, but it was freezing, and it's so beautiful. But it was just such an amazing thing for me to be in Nashville and to be, staying, living, writing on Music Row, these two or three streets where just everything happens, and it was like home for me. So I was really excited about going back, and I'm still excited about going back. And I was going to be spending quite a few months toing and froing from there to here and back and forth, and growing, building an album and growing a fan base and doing some radio tours, and but I'm on hold. I'm on freeze at the moment.
Forced. It's giving you rest time. It's just rest time.
It is. And who knows, maybe we all needed it. So
I think so.
The world needed it.
More rest. I haven't stopped working, but other than that,
same. I'm busier at the moment than I was.
Yeah. Everyone else is rested and we're still going tired.
Exactly. That's it.
We are lucky. Oh dear. So what was it? I had a question in my head then, and it's just completely disappeared because I was reading at the same time.
So write things down, Danny. Then when you want them, you can always got them to come back to.
Tell us, have you got any more singles recorded, ready to release?
I do. I have one in particular that I'm thinking might be the next cab off the rank. I'm just deciding how and when I want to do it, and if I want to do anything to it. Michael, I hope you're not listening to this, because I actually went back and re-recorded the vocals on Country Rock and Roll after my voice kind of left and came back. So he's probably listening thinking, what does she want to do now?
Not again.
No, I'm busy. He'll just tell me he's busy. No, I've got one that's ready to go that I think will be the next one. Probably early next year. I'm thinking
Yeah.
it'll come out. But yeah, and then after that, I've got I'm still getting close to the time where I need to make a call on whether I'm going to do things here or whether I'm going to do things there, or I feel like it's going to be a bit of both. I'm going to be releasing things here, there, and everywhere, and it's going to be every second week something different.
I love it. It's exciting. I said last night in the show, COVID, I'm loving COVID music.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
It's just great. There's so much new stuff coming out, and
There is.
it's exciting. I think we've all just found time to do it.
We're all more creative now because we're over our boredom, woe is us kind of period, and now we're like, okay, I've got ideas again.
Yeah, exactly.
What can I do with them?
So when you get back to gigs, what's the first thing that you want to see? Is there anything in particular that you've been itching to see?
If it's here, I'm dying to get out and see some friends play.
Yeah.
I want to go and get out and see my, and people I've been watching or that I've seen once or twice that I really want to go. The Wolf Brothers are always fun to go and see. Nat Pearson's amazing live, and I love everything that woman does. Hayley Jensen's another one. She's a good friend, and I just love what she does too. And then just going to the local bar and seeing someone new. And then in the States, I've got Luke Combs and Miranda Lambert are earmarked for. I don't care where they are. I'd fly coast to coast to see either one of them. And then, but Nashville's amazing. You can pour into any bar on any night and see someone you've never heard of before, and they're just incredible. So, I'd love to see something like that happen here.
Yeah.
Like, I really would.
That's probably, I've missed lots of things since COVID, but I think for me, just walking into a place and just seeing someone that you don't know, you haven't heard, doesn't matter what genre they're doing. I just love hearing stuff. It's my favorite thing. So I can't wait to get back to doing a bit more of that.
No, and festivals. I mean, I think festivals feel like they're a long way off. I want to go, Gympie or Tamworth or something like that again, but I feel like they're a lot further off than you can go to the pub and see someone play. I hate saying that because we all just love them so much, but I feel like they're going to be further away.
Troy said he agrees, and country music better and better. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. I think it is. And I think, I think it's probably because you've got platforms that you can see these people, whereas there never used to be that option. You used to have to travel to get to them. So
exactly. And we're all just, as artists, we're pushing each other and ourselves harder and harder each time. You think you've done something great, and then you'll hear the next thing come out and you'll go, wow, I love what they've done with that. Like, that's just super cool. And we're not afraid to genre blend, whatever it is. We'll experiment with different genres and go, hey, let's pull some rock in here, or let's pull some R&B in here, and let's see what happens if we mix this sound. And I love that about country. We're experimental, and it's great.
Absolutely. I think we're getting more and more brave in that respect too.
Yeah. And yet someone will bring out something that's traditional again, and it's just beautiful, and you think that just reminds you of where we've come from, and it's just, it's gorgeous. So there's so much scope and so much room in country music that it's not just banjos and fiddles and whittling on the front porch.
Tell us a little bit about you growing up, because I know you grew up with a lot of country influence.
I did. I grew up with a lot of music, actually. Yeah. I'm a black sheep in my family. No one else plays. No one's a singer or a songwriter. I mean, my mother and father have been in choirs and what have you, and they can both sing, but no one's actually taken the plunge and been crazy enough to do it as a career before. But I grew up listening to, my aunt and uncle were real old school Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Dolly Parton fans. And then my parents were real kind of Supertramp, Fleetwood Mac, John Denver, Olivia Newton-John, I kind of had all this Queen, Buck Spears was even in there. I mean, come on, research that one. And it meant that I was exposed to so much different things growing up, that I grew up listening to so many different things that's what I bring into my music now. It's like, what was that song? I still think the drums in Tusk, Fleetwood Mac. So I heard that when I was a little kid, and I just remember being pressed up against the TV thinking it was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. Didn't understand a clue who it was and what it was doing. I thought it was a parade at the local fairground. I didn't know any different. But it was just so, music's just something I've always had around me, and so many different influences I think have, and that, I guess I bring it into my music. Every song sounds a little bit different because it's influenced by someone a little bit different.
Yeah. And is that something that when you actually do release an album, because as you said, each song's that bit different and you've got different ideas when you write them, are you trying to write in a similar sort of way for an album, or you're just doing it and whatever happens, happens?
The album that I'm looking to do in America, and yes, Troy, I do Nashville. I want to play CMA Fest in Nashville. That's my dream. That's my dream gig. And yeah, the last EP, when I was putting it together, I kind of went, it was a little bit of an introduction to Kylie, and it was probably a little bit, now I'm looking back, a little bit more rock focused. Yes. I probably could have pulled the crunchy guitars back a little bit, but it was where I was at that point in time, and it was a little bit like, there was a rockabilly of That's Our Love Song on there, then there was the the country ballad, and the Slow Me Down, which was really country. Got Me In was a bit rock, and then Every Time, which was just my party song on that album. But this time with the album, I feel like I'm going to lean more towards a theme, and I'm going to mold it into a certain message, and I'm working with the team in the States for the album over there, of how that's going to look and feel, and there'll be a specific message and a brand in there. Yes, definitely.
That'll be,
they do things like that over there.
Yeah, they do that. But I think for some people
very professional.
It'd be quite hard to do because, as you said, you write all your songs and they've got different influences and you just different sounds. So it's a very big change, big difference.
I have so many songs. I could honestly go, okay, let's make a pop country album and we'll put these songs on it. Let's make a rock country album and we'll put these songs on it. Let's do a whole album of ballads and we'll just do this song on it. Like, I do have quite a lot of things that sound different and that have you. So for me, having to stay in a lane and write to a specific thing, it's not a bad thing for me to learn how to do, actually. As a songwriter, I'm always looking to listening and watching and wanting to do different things and stretch to make different things happen.
I love that. It's very interesting. I can't wait to hear it.
Pressure's on.
Not long. It'll happen. It
will happen. Definitely.
So, where can people, do you have any merchandise or anything that people can order at the moment?
I have to get on that. I'm very, very new to the merch game. I know some people have really got it in the bag, but I'm actually working again on this with the team in the States on doing that. So I think it's going to be a next year thing that I have happen. I'll bring it all out with the album and with the logo and all the Kylie Ryan brand stuff happening. But there'll be caps and T-shirts and belt buckles, and I've challenged the team over there to come up with something that's a little bit different to your koozies and that. I'm like, I want a different thing. I want something that people go, wow, people haven't had that before. So what that looks like or what they come back with, I'll probably go, no one knows what that is in Australia.
So if anyone
can have boomerangs, but I don't know, no one's going to know what that is.
Oh dear, I've interviewed a few people from the US, and sometimes they talk about things and I sit there and think, I have no idea what that is, and I wonder if I'm the only one. Can you tell me, because I'm an Aussie and I don't feel like anybody here knows what you said.
I thought I was doing so well when I was over there at keeping my words theirs, by what words they used for things, so I wasn't saying the weird words. And I tripped myself up one day and I was saying something about, I love how it's on the footpath. And they went, footpath. And I was like, yeah, sidewalk. Oh, yeah, you guys say sidewalk, footpath. It's a footpath. Why would you call it a footpath? Because it's a path your feet go on. Well,
yeah, I did not know that they did not. I've done that. I did not know they didn't call it footpath.
Sidewalk. Yeah.
Wow, I'd need some sort of dictionary.
This is what I felt like. And they want to know our slang too, so the words that we use for different things, and but everybody wants to talk to you and listen to the way you talk, and which is I just wanted to listen to them. So
It's fine. You can do the same. Yeah, I haven't been to Nashville, but it is definitely on the list.
Oh, go if you get the chance. Go. Yeah, you'll really love it. It's like a big country town.
Okay, but it sounds like it's going to be a language that I can't talk.
Oh no, you will. You'll fit right in. You will. You'll fit right in.
All right,
It's not difficult.
now, I know that you're on Facebook and it's Kylie Ryan Music. Do you have Instagram or any of those
Yes,
places?
I do. Yep, Instagram, Kylie Ryan Music as well. I've tried to keep it consistent so you can find me everywhere. Working on the website, but honestly, a lot I do through Facebook and Instagram. A lot. You can find me on Spotify under Kylie Ryan Music. My EP that I've already released is on Spotify, and it's called Dream Chaser, and it's on Apple Music and iTunes and all the digital download platforms. There's my little self.
Facebook and Instagram is where you will put your gigs when you do go back
Definitely.
to.
Yep, definitely. Yep, absolutely.
Troy said, "Did you say g'day over there?" I do that all the time. I
do. Yes, I did all the time. And I have my own tagline now. I say g'day, y'all. So blend them all. G'day. But mate, they don't use the word mate. They don't use the word mate. They say pal or they say buddy a lot, but not mate. And I've got a habit. I call everybody mate. Yeah. And yeah, mate. Don't use it.
Oh, we are so bad. Australian slang would have to be the worst. You don't notice it until you think.
No, I did have to censor myself while I was talking to people. Just go, okay, don't say what do I say? Use your words, Kylie. Use your proper words.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Before we go, again, the song Country Rock and Roll, jump over and order it and pop it in your playlist if you haven't already, because it was released yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before?
Yes, yesterday. Thank you.
It's a public holiday here today and it's thrown me.
Oh, is it? And you're still working?
I'm still working. Never stopped.
Us country people, we're so dedicated.
I don't know what the days. It mucks my whole week up. I don't know what day it is.
It's a funny day to have a public holiday on, like
show day.
Is it for a reason?
Yeah, show day. It's meant to be the Launceston show, but
you can't have a show, so it's just a holiday.
A holiday, yeah.
At least they let you keep the holiday.
Yeah, well, exactly right. But I don't know why they don't have the holiday on the Friday, because it goes.
Yeah.
The show normally goes for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we have the Thursday off. And you have to go back to work for one day. It doesn't make sense.
Nobody goes back to work for that one day, really, do they? It's like when Anzac Day falls on a Tuesday. No one goes to work on that Monday.
No, exactly. But there's always a fight to get in line to put for that day off, isn't there?
Exactly. People put it in 3 years in advance.
One person that has to have it off,
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again, guys.
Absolute pleasure. It was fun.
Thank you. And yes, head over to Kylie Ryan Music and give it a like and a follow, and then go and grab the single when we're finished. Thank you so much.
No, it was great. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.